is it a stress ball potato?
Yeah, it's a stress ball potato.
That's hilarious. Where did you get that?
Fred got it for me, I think like a Hot Topic or something. I have no idea.
Of course.
It
seemed appropriate.
Very appropriate.
Cool.
So we'd like the scoop on the remainder of the season. We want to know everything.
You want to know everything?
Yes.
Okay, so in episode 4, no. I think, what I can tell you about this season is I think we're fighting our biggest bad of all the seasons. We're fighting Bullshare, who's the person who cursed the Earp family in the first place. So the stakes are very high this season. I think it's also a season where we don't have Black Badge. We have no sort of like establishment. We have nobody governing what we're doing, and we have no one to report to. So we're really on our own. We also have no money and no funding and no resources. So it's really just like this team of people just doing their best with an impossible situation, and it's very exciting season.
How do you think the group dynamics have changed for this season?
I think the thing about this season is we don't have any more structure. So there is no more Black Badge, and my department, which is the Purgatory Sheriff Department that deals with normal everyday cases of Purgatory, is now trying to fund the supernatural cases as well. So I think there's no rules, there's no structure, and I think we're really banding together as a family and as friends this season because that's kind of all we've got. It's like feels like a bit of a us against the world, but I think it brings the team closer together because of that. Yeah.
Which character relationship do you ship the most in the series? Who do you like to see together?
I mean, selfishly, I love to see Wynonna, Nicole, and Wynonna together because I just think it's such a fun, they're such a, complete opposites of people, and it's just fun to throw them together. But I also really like to see Doc and Jeremy together. I find that's a really fun, beautiful dynamic. They're so cute together, and they're Jeremy's this forward-thinking science guy, and we have Doc who's stuck, hundreds of years in the past, and I just think it's such a fun dynamic, and I think Tim and Varun as actors have such great chemistry together and love each other and are such good friends. They go for brunch every day on the weekend, and they're really good buddies, so it's just fun to see them working together.
Are we going to see an advancement in their bromance in the season?
I think so, yeah. I think you're always going to have more Jeremy and Doc, and just their chemistry growing together it's very sweet to see.
What's the dynamic between your character and Mama Earp in this season?
I think Mama Earp is oh great, another one, It's oh crap, another Earp that I'm going to have to deal with and get through. But also this sense of I'm so happy for Waverly because she's been wanting her mother to be in her life for so long. So Nicole's oh crap, I hope she likes me. It's not anything of meeting the parent of the person you're with, the person you love. She wants to impress, but she knows that she had a hard time with Wynonna, and I think very quickly figures out and learns that Mama Earp has Wynonna got a lot of her personality from Mama Earp, so it's fun to see Nicole struggle, but I think she really rises to the challenge, and I think she builds a nice bond with Mama Earp, so it's very special to see. Yeah.
What about Wynonna, of course?
Yes.
I feel like Nicole has always been, Waverly's rock, and this time it's you're going to be struggling.
Yeah.
And how is it going to change your relationship, the dynamic between you guys?
I think Nicole's comfort zone is very much being the rock, and she's not as comfortable letting people help her. So I think it's a really lovely aspect of the season where we really see Waverly having to be the strong one and help Nicole, who's faltering and who's really scared, as she's learning more and more about her involvement with this cult of Bullshare and what that might mean for her. I think we get to see her just really scared because it's such a repressed memory, she doesn't know, and can you imagine how scary it would be to have these horrible memories, but it's just coming in flashes for her. And I think it's really nice to see her have to let her guard down enough to let someone save her and help her, and I really like that aspect of the story this year.
And how are you guys going to move forward? Because every year I think they develop the relationship even more, and it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
And when you guys are waking up in bed together and you're moving in, coming up next,
I can't tell you that. Sneaky. But I do think we get to work together a lot more. I like to call season 3 domestic way hot. So it's just a couple that is now in the next stage of their relationship. It's not a new relationship anymore. We've really established. We've gone through some stuff. We've gone through the revelation that Nicole was married and and Waverly kissed another person. We've worked through that, and now we've decided that everyone has a past. I honor your past. I respect your decisions you've made, and I forgive you for mistakes. And now we're moving forward, I think, just even stronger. So we just get to see them at a level of comfort and familiarity because the stakes are so high. We're moving so quickly, and there's not really time to sit around and chat. We just don't have that luxury. So I think we see them like their bond is just so solidified and strong this year.
Are we going to see more of? Are we going to see more of Nicole's ex-wife come into play in this new season?
I think we've really moved past that this season. I think we're definitely at a place again where it's just like we gotta go, we gotta move. There's no time, and I think Shea, when she came into town, was really like she understood right away what was going on, and I think she really respected that Nicole had genuinely moved on. And I think she's a smart woman. She's very mature, and she knows that phase of life is over between them. Yeah.
At this point, is there anything that you're learning about her that surprises you?
Nicole?
Yeah.
Oh, I learned so much this season. Well, I think in like the end of episode 3, because as an actor, you're trying to always create your own backstory because you want to have something to play with, even if the script's not getting you anything. You need to kind of know where you've come from. And I think for Nicole, I had an idea of who I thought she was, and I think it was like episode 3, I remember going back to my apartment in Calgary and just rewriting her whole backstory because so much of the information I was getting from the scripts was not what I thought and was not where I thought she came from. So it was real. I learned a lot about Nicole, and I think Nicole has an amazing season. I'm so excited to see how it turns out and how it's received. But really, I think the writers were so generous with my character this season of just like finally filling in all those questions that we had been asking for seasons 1 and 2.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see it.